Good morning, friends. Oh, whoops. That's going to go right over there. Okay. Well, unintended consequences. Just had a piece of gear fall over. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that camera. But that's okay. Right now we're focusing on the old morning ritual for guitar growth. That's what we do right now. We don't worry about expensive gear breaking. Got to focus on the important stuff, right? Kevin, hey, Mr. McWenna is in the house. Hey, Raul, indeed. That's right. Yeah, it's great to see you, my friend. Been watching watching your picking hand come to life, man. It's really something. It's really something. I got to tell you. Better with that light or without that light? On, wax on, or wax off? What do you think? Here's the A440. Lex is in the house. Good morning, Mr. G. We've got I reviewed a little bit last week about what we wanted to do for this week. So we're going to incorporate fingerstyle on. Got it. We're going to incorporate, thank you, Kevin. Brother Haas. We're going to incorporate fingerstyle picking and pentatonic shapes, all of the pentatonic shapes, and the minor blues. And we're going to put all of that stuff together for the remainder of this week. This is Blues Week. This is, I think, our second or third Blues Week. We've done Blues Weeks before. We're no stranger to Blues Weeks. And, excuse me, as we sort of get ready, we're assembling a formal minor blues guitar session, which will be airing on Jason Carey Guitar here on YouTube, probably in the next week or two, hopefully sooner, but I want to under promise and over deliver. You know what I mean? Jill Bourgeois is in the house. Yeah, I know we've got our friend Raul here. And I really appreciate you finding me on Instagram, Raul, and saying, is advertising that program, is that really what you want to be doing? I appreciate that. Because I always kind of wonder how do like the top level players maintain their artistic integrity, you know, as they move through their careers and pass through all of the cycles in their careers. You know, I think it's important to reflect on, are you making a paycheck or are you making art? Two different things. Music and business are two different things, but we often say them together, right? And you know, my friend Dave Rose from, Dave Rose is he manages like Bruce Hornsby and those kinds of people, and he talks about music business as being like, we all say music business, but we never really, those two words really need to be separate. And then I appreciate that, Raul, because I appreciate that you don't have any, you don't hold back on what you wish to say, and I really appreciate that in my friends, you know what I mean? I don't hold back on what I wish to say, and it's important, I think, from an artist's perspective to be able to communicate your independent thought, because it is pretty much your thought, right? And if you wanted to wait for someone else to tell you how to play the C major chord, finally, when you're the one playing your own guitar or living your own dream, you know, it's you know, it only goes so far. That advice only does go so far. So, you know, I want to be careful about the kind of advice or teaching that I deliver. And I've had a lot of friends who have become like really independent thinkers on the guitar and travel the world touring, and I've just been pretty fortunate to be around a lot of good people. So that's where I'll end that. So let's go ahead and say good morning to the metronome. We have the metronome working in our favor. It's pumping away. Hurt from Johnny Cash. You got it. Yeah, that's great. Did you see where the Johnny Cash estate just sued somebody for using his vocal likeness? So we've got this metronome at 60 beats per minute. So if you can imagine, I thought Daniel Lanois, I thought that was, smells like Teen Spirit. Do you know who Daniel Lanois is? I thought you were him coming up on my feed this morning. If you're going to play minor seconds, if you're going to use the intervals, let's talk about intervals really quick, like before we, this is for my Newcastle friends, really quick, like before we get into this exercise, like. So we've got this really nice, you know, interval. It seems kind of like grotesque, but when we playing it down through the scale system, I'm thinking, you know, I've got basically an open G string, so I'm thinking G Lydian, and I'm thinking B and then C sharp, which is the Lydian 4, right, is the major 7 sharp 11 sound. So if I'm going to plane those the same way we've been planing the pentatonic system, now we can turn that into something. We're going to talk about this. I'm talking about this for a reason, because we're still working on getting into fingerstyle, working through the pentatonic systems and the minor blues, which is coming up the last 15 minutes of our hour together. Yeah, I know Nirvana. Yeah, I know that song. Yeah. 2 and T and 4 and Raoul does a lot of this kind of stuff, and I think this just looking for other ways to create dynamic tones on the guitar, on the chitarra. All right, so we're going to just start with the warm-up. All right, so without further ado or delay, let's go ahead and get warming up, shall we? Welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And this is just to, let me get this camera sorted here, and this is just to help us, you know, lower the barriers for entry, play some Doc. All right. Yeah, I'm not warmed up, but you know, the head still works this morning, so that's good news. Let's go ahead and get back to the story, though. It's the welcome, again, like I was trying to do. I know it's so difficult to stay focused sometimes on the warm-up and the ritualistic part of it, but that's exactly what you're tuned into. So grab your guitar, or do whatever, do whatever it is. You obviously are going to do whatever it is you want to do. What I meant to say is, if you have your guitar in hand today or tomorrow or any other time here at Jason Carey Guitar on YouTube at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, then you can join us for a morning ritual for guitar growth. This is my honest to goodness warm-up. So we'll start with fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're thinking 1, 2, T. You can hear the click going behind us. So we have this really nice, most of us show up here to do this very thing. We want to better ourselves, our own person, through the guitar. And the trick is to become a better guitar practitioner than we were the day before, the day preceding this one. And now that transcends into the rest of my life, where I have a better, demeanor, a better level of confidence about my own person and my understanding of my capabilities, what I can and can't do, all of those things that come along with it. Better husband, better father, son, brother, cousin, neighbor. This kind of study causes us to think a little bit more deeply about what is it that we are doing. What is this harmonic thing that we are observing through practice, through warming up. And right now, at this moment, it's not very harmonic, is it? It's more like ritualistic exercise. And bingo, you got winner, winner, chicken dinner, and we don't have any fear of making a mistake, because we're only going as fast as we are under control. Hey, is that Jeremy? Love me some bluegrass. Play some God's Highway. Oh man, I'll tell you what. You got it. How about the another Stanley Brothers tune, the old "The Fields Have Turned Brown." Man, that hit me like a ton of bricks. And fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and stretch 4. We were driving the Alcana. This is an old story, but on day 3 we're coming toward the Canadian Rockies, heading east. We were just getting weary from the road. I think we hadn't even hit the Layard River Hot Springs yet. Maybe we did, I forget. And the sun came up behind the Rockies, and that song came on the CD. It was I think Garcia Grisman, maybe. The Fields Had Turned Brown. And it was the first time that I opened my eyes. That song, I was bitten by the bug, bitten by the bluegrass bug. And that was it. I decided then and there I was going to learn a bunch of nasty bluegrass licks, and since that time I guess I've done all right with it. Just kind of focused on it. That was a lot of years ago. Bluegrass to the untrained professional can sound pretty easy. It can sound, you get this false sense of security, with the lines that you play, even the rhythmic accompaniment, right? It sounds so easy, but it's a little bit challenging, because it's to play it so clean and execute while remaining calm and having zero tension in the body. That takes a little bit of doing, right, to get up tempo. But yeah, what a beautiful way. Hey Jeremy, thanks for stopping in, man. Old Crossroads, yeah, there you go. Yeah, we've got a 4. I think we were 4 degrees this morning. Maybe earlier on we hit 1, but we were pretty cold over here too. So 1E and a 2. Let's do the old kickstand exercise. Okay, Mark's in the house. Oh, Mark, have a good morning. 1E and a 2, and let's stretch that. Let's kick that first finger back. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 on 9, 10, 11, and 12. These fingers are feeling pretty good, you know. I hope your fingers are feeling pretty good, guitaristic too. All right, so we're going to kick that first finger back. So 1E and a 2, you know what to do. Don't forget to breathe. Gonna be one of those kinds of mornings, huh? Too bad Mark just missed it. Just doing the old kickstand exercise, and this is just a Mr. Husband, good morning. Good morning, young timer. Hey, I forget, Dan, do I call you? I'll call you Mr. Husband. Do you have any videos on your channel? I forget. I have to go take a look at your channel again. Have you been producing any guitar videos at all? So we're noticing a difference, Mark. Why do you play with a pick, Uncle Jason, when you have 4 fingers to play with? You know, that's a fair enough point, my friend. My fingernails are just coming back. I have, you can see that they're in pretty tough shape. The first one's getting there. The middle finger is kind of like having a tough go at it. So you know what it's like if you don't have the fingernails, it's game over. So yeah, I broke them all the other day, and it wasn't a severe accident, but they got a little too close to dishwater, if you know what I mean. So but if you stick around later on, we are breaking it down. We are doing some fingerstyle pentatonic minor blues work. So for the last 15 minutes, this is going to be a really cool exercise, and it's such a breakdown that we don't typically tend to do. Let's go ahead and use the fingers 1 and 2, 3, 4, the old diagonal pattern. Let's see what we can muster with this one this morning. And remembering that we're only as strong as our weakest link. So if I was to go, could I hammer on this exercise if I just did nothing else? I could like get the fingers there, but to get a clean tone, I'm thinking. We've really got to transition here pretty hard and pretty quickly to that first finger. So I would create an exercise out of that, you know, and then it's a really good idea to have that, you know, tie like a cloth around your guitar neck, or you know, like a damper, you know. So if you're doing exercises like that, I want to talk about it because it's worth noting that if you're playing acoustic guitar or electric guitar and you wanted to really start working on your fret hand, now you can hear the strings don't get all, you know, wackadoo or whatever. They don't ring. So we're still on the top 4 strings. And then we use fingers 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, or 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this does take quite a bit of coordination, but we're going to learn how to do this kind of thing. So I'm doing this all today. So 4 middle strings, you can pick or use your fingers, but I'm going to use only hammer-ons for the remainder of this exercise, just to get that left hand, that fret hand. In my case, you know, I'm mirroring this stream, so I'm opposite what I normally would do. So this is actually my left hand. But it's all the same when you say fret hand and picking hand. You know, some of us have figured that out. Requires, yeah, I understand, yep. And you can hear, you're like witnessing how gross it sounds if you don't practice this kind of thing every day. But I'll tell you what, it's really important if you wanted to practice this kind of thing, if you wanted to do so 1, 2, so you could, if you wanted to play the bass line with your, you know, fret hand. There we go. You've got to just get that thumb here in the right spot so that we can get that hand in the right angle. But if your fingernails are too long, you can kiss this technique goodbye too. So we're all just trying to live a happy medium so we can accomplish all of the techniques that we want at the same time. Now you can slide, hammer and slide into this, but it's really cool because you can get with the metronome. 2, T, E, and 4, E, and then you have to figure out like which scale you're playing. There's a lot going on here, so you've got to use these fingers, these 2 fingers, and then, you know, get the thumb as a little placeholder. But what we were talking about, we came into this, usually I do this with a pick, and usually this is an exercise that I just pick through down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. With a plectrum, or with my fingers, or whatever, or I use it as a sweep picking exercise. But today I thought maybe it would be a good idea if I just start using it as a remind myself that, you know, hammer-ons are really important to incorporate into the day-to-day existence as a guitar practitioner. Is it challenging to do? Yeah. Does it make a whole lot of sense, you know, short term? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it strengthens each finger and it gets us prepared to understand like how much pressure we need to apply to, you know, each finger, and it does help us to become like more. Our aim improves, right? And our awareness, our spatial, you know, one of Gordon's 7 intelligences, our spatial intelligence develops here. But there's a lot going on with that fret hand, but we can just tie a little cloth, you know, use your polishing cloth, your guitar polishing cloth, just if you don't have anything else. And if you want to drop a little bit of cash for it, you can buy one on, you know, Sweetwater, you know, designed for that, you know, guitar choke, whatever, string choke. You know, just like your duck hunting, you know, you got different chokes for different things. All right, let's go back and let's just work, because we are working through the old pentatonic system. So let's go ahead and just kind of talk a little bit about what's going on here. And I'm using the pentatonic shape number 1. If you're sticking around today, which I sincerely hope you are, we're talking about fingers. We're going to talk about, for the last 15 minutes or so, we're going to fuse the minor blues, and the go-to song here, of course, is The Thrill Is Gone. You know, the B.B. King sort of story, The Thrill Is Gone. And we're going to fuse that, you know, the 1, the minor 1, the minor 4, the minor 5, but with a flat 6 major 7 to really kind of like jettison us out of orbit and out into deep space. You know, we'll catch up with Voyager pretty soon. But what we try to do is take, you know, let me give you a little heads up, because it's going to be, so we start with, we're going to use B minor, you know, today. And then, you know, the minor pentatonic is either here or it's here. And in relation to that B minor 7 right here on position 7. And I'm using the open, you know, high E string to add the 11, because why not? The 11's cool. You could add the 9 and it's still, you could do all kinds of things with that voicing. You could play the flat 7, the 3, the flat 3, the 4, and then the 11 and the 9 on the top. And you wrap your thumb around it. It really all depends on how like Ted Green you want to get. Do you know what I mean? If you want to put the flat 7 in the bass, that's cool. As long as you have a bass player laying down that. You know, if you have the bass player doing that. If you wanted to have a bass player laying it down, then you have a lot more freedom, because the bass player is the boss, basically telling us where the chords are and when. So you want to work with a good bass player, that's for sure. But anyway, so we're starting with, you know, we want to kind of basically fingerstyle this. Wanted to get, you know, I'm just goofing off, but I want to really focus on, like, how does the pentatonic system fit into each one of this, you know, these areas. So we'll be looking at, like, how do we use this shape And then how do we use this shape in a fingerstyle world, you know? And then back to D minor. Technique, please. Yeah, there you go. I can play some bluegrass. All right, Mark. I'm Mark, and I'm out. Have a super day, man. Yeah, all right, so what we're going to do is just come back to pentatonic systems. And we're planing this, parallel planing this down the neck until we get to position number 1. When we reach position number 1, we'll go ahead and turn around and come back to the top. It's a good idea to patternize these as best we can too. We don't always need to shoot straight up and straight down. Sometimes we can take the little alpine pond route, you know what I mean? Just go kind of sit and wonder, just sit and have a think. So this is great. Shape number 2 is the major pattern, major pentatonic pattern in my mind. But we're just, you know, we're just going to run through these because we're going to need these in the coming exercise. So if you don't have the binder for this yet, let me know and I'll share the link. Actually, I should share the link now because it's probably a good idea. If you don't have it, it's a free download. You can go grab it right now, quick, while it's fresh in your mind, and you know, just say hello along the way. But this is the official binder. This is the official Morning Ritual for Guitar Growth binder, and I'm happy to give it to you for free because it's important to have, you know. Now I need to find my way back to YouTube. Where did YouTube go? Okay, bear with me for one moment. I'll shut it off. Funny I would do that. Maybe I didn't have it on at all yet. All right, here we go. Shut it off. Funny. There's the binder that you want. And you can, I'm going to go ahead and pin that message so you can download it if you decide you would like to have it. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Can't help falling in love. That's good. That's a good song. All right, so let's go ahead. I'd like to play the song, but I've got to get us through our warm-up. So I really appreciate you. I'm really thankful that you're here, and I'm really thankful that you are willing to comment here, and definitely thankful for that. So happy birthday to you, and we do other live streams that really focus on requests and breaking songs down to a granular level, but we're just going to really focus on getting through shape number 2 here. And I appreciate your understanding, you know, I really do. And you can hear how I'm on the metronome, 1 E end of 2, T E end of 4, but if I count in the spaces between the clicks, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, a 1 and 2, T, 4, I can put that on the 2 and 4, and it gives us a little swing, a little rhythmic lift. And then I'm going to practice sliding between one position and the next. Watch my pick. And this is, you know, you attack the string with a pick or fingers, it doesn't matter. And when you don't attack the string, you don't use a pick or a finger. You know, imagine that. But we have a nice walkthrough here, super simple, super chill. Then we're going to shape number 3, which is like one of my favorites, totally underused shape. Just got a big stack of 1s and 3s on the bottom end. And then we kick that first finger back. We've got a little kickstand situation happening here on the G string. So we don't want to lose our position, but we want to remember to reach back for that. And you know, we can only go back to position 2. Oh, I missed that stretch. Silly me. Here we go back to hammer-ons and pull-offs. Good, excellent. So shape number 3 is going to look like this. Think the root 5 minor 7. Think Doobie Brothers. Oh, and then you know what I'm doing this for. It's because it's the same flat 6 major 7 to 5 minor 7. It's the same chord progression that we're going to be talking about here in a bit. So I'm doing all of these things circumtangentially just to sort of like weave our little narration together. And you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's okay. It's working pretty well today. So shape number 3 or 4 is this one. And I'm really focusing on that metronomic click. I want my pick to meet that click. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Upright, straight back. Good solid core work with the belly, the abdominal structure. But do not rush. You know, you're not in a rush, so you know your technique will be there for you. Good solid technique, good solid metronomic observations, and good solid breath and posture, and that will get us anywhere to any stage we want to pursue in life. So fingers 2 and 4, 1 and 4, and back to 2 and 4. So this is shape number 5. This is the last shape that we will parallel chromatically plane up and down the fretboard. And I'm going to go back to hammer-ons and pull-offs. That's how I think a lot about my pentatonic patterns. There you go, Austin, right on. There you go, Mr. Ford. Is that who you are, Austin, Mr. Ford? And the chord shapes that they are related to, especially patterned for with that minor bar. Yeah, that, you know, here's the first shape 1. That 1-4, you know. And then shape number 2. sort of like the E position bar chord, and then this one is kind of like, you know, the sus, you know. That's definitely sus, or then, you know, the minor nine, you know, major nine. It's neither major nor minor. But those are really great points, and we're going to explore this with the minor blues and some fingerstyle work. Right after we come back from getting my coffee. Let me grab my coffee. Wow. Let me grab my, I have a coffee going this morning. Sometimes it's ginger tea. There you go. Sometimes it's ginger tea, sometimes it's something else. But I wanted to get stretching a little bit. All right. We've had, you know, the ginger and red bush tree. The red bush is really cool. Sometimes it's chamomile, there's some honey in there and some lemon or something. Good morning beverage, good healthy morning beverage. I like the ginger for, you know, gut health, and then, you know, fennel. But this morning I have a coffee ripping in that cup right here. Hey, wow, look at this guy. Looks pretty happy, huh? All right, so we've got this nice stretch going. This is great. I haven't stretched yet this morning, so this feels great. The BPM, Austin, is 60. I do this every morning, and I'd like to, you know, you're more than welcome to attend every morning. Yeah, Raul knows. Raul is a longtime participant. He's like a founding live chat member. There's another fella here. He's got a blue wrench next to his person, and his blue wrench signifies that he's a channel like a live chat moderator. I know you probably already know that, but Kevin's been with us a long time. Jill's been here a long time. Mark. We have a lot of friends who just are really after it, and it works. At this time works out for a lot of us that we just sort of sit around and for about an hour. Things are changing and shifting a little bit for 2026. You roll those shoulders back a little bit. But it's here for you. If you'd like to join us, it's free, you know, and a good portion of this will remain free in 26 too. 7:30 a.m. and every weekday morning. This is episode 244, I think. And one of the Austin, you'll get a kick out of this. I'll just give you the backstory real quick. We did the first video in January, the first video of January. We're going to look back at that video, and the last video we do here together, I'm going to look at this video too. So we're going to take the bookends, maybe a couple segments in between, but basically I've always had teachers say you need to warm up or you need to practice at least 5 minutes a day to maintain, you know, and this and that, and then warm up and blah blah blah. And I've always wanted to have warm-up time with my students, because I know some of my students, it's the only time they have to play the guitar is when they're with me. It's like the only time they take for themselves. So, and they pay me good money to be in a session with me, and I think, you know, I can't just have them warm up. You know, eventually you'll figure it out on your own time. But I've had a lot of people say, including me, you need to warm up. But I've never seen I've never seen any longitudinal data anywhere about what 260 hours. Because if you do this every weekday morning at 7:30 for an hour, that's, you know, give or take 260 hours a year. How does that longitudinally affect the player? Never mind the practicing, never mind all of the other stuff. So I'm going to basically break down the first video, the last video through a rubric. We're basically going to compare what we improved, what did we gain from spending 260 hours of through the year. What do we gain on the guitar? What do we gain as a person? What do we lose? So it's going to be a real analysis, and it's going to be real thoughtful, and I'm going to really publish, you know, the heck out of it, the findings, because I'm very interested in the findings about how important it is to sit with the guitar and to be seated with the guitar and spend down the seat time. That's the only thing that really matters, really, is the time that we spend with ourselves in the monastery, you know, in the practice environment. That's really the only thing that matters when we're calculating for progress, you know. And I'm not talking about, you know, what we deem as progress in the day-to-day thing. I'm talking about like real progress. So that's really what I'd like to calculate, at least for me. What are the benefits? And I think others might be interested in those findings, right? I think, you know, if you're a player, you know. So let's go ahead and start with something that is a little bit more discovery based. So the first 45 or 50 minutes here are basically, you know, spot on, regimented, ritualistic guitar warm-ups. And the last 10 minutes, we want to free ourselves up to have a little bit of a discovery experience. Oh, there it is. You know I'm free, so I could go up here. Free from you. Da-da-da. We use good morning, Mr. Tenball. So we're here every morning, and sometimes we do use electric guitars, but we're working on, you know, getting back to, here's the minor, and then we have the flat 6 major 7, and then the 5 minor 7 with 11, back to the B minor 7, you know. So now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to, you know, basically have all of the minor 7 chords. There's something missing with me. I'm working to find it with my playing. Well, what are your goals? Like, give us like a couple of goals, like short-term goals, like 3 goals that you want to achieve by, let's say, like, not Christmas, but like, you know, the first day of spring. Like the first day of spring, I want to do this, and this on the guitar. So just, if you want to list those up, if you don't want to do that publicly, you can email me at grow, GROW, at jasoncareyguitar.com. And then, you know, the guitar, the electric guitar is such a great instrument. I'm here for free every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. And I wanted you to know that because I believe there should be a really easy barrier. There should be a low barrier for entry into the world of humans making guitar noises, right? That's where I'm coming from. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And I enjoy doing this because I just enjoy playing the guitar. So I'm thinking B minor, and you know the thrill is gone, right? E minor, started with B minor and then E minor. G major 7 to F sharp minor, and you'll be sorry someday. The thrill is gone. Thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone. It's gone away. Now that it's all over, so what are we doing with the pentatonic shapes, right? So we have this thing right here, right? We have this shape right here. So the B minor, I'm going to use pentatonic here in 7th position. And then I'm going to move up into shape number 2. Back into shape number 1. But when I hit the flat 6 major 7 chord, I have to really shift my step. I'm I've really got to think about what happens, what's the change that's happening here. Hey Raul, have a super day, friend. Hey, if Raul hasn't taken off yet, Raul's a great place to go visit. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel, so go check him out. You're gonna love it. ties a blindfold around his head, and it's just a great thing, great place to visit. See you, man. So anyway, I just wanted to start by, here's the B flat here. I have access to shape number 1, shape number 2, shape number 5, and this is basically the same shape that we're using. We could use that B minor 7 down here as well, right? So we have another really nice B minor 7. We have another nice B minor 7. Where's that? So like right here maybe, and then all right. So there's shape number 1, shape number B minor 7 here with shape number 3. Mr. Tenball, there's a link here that you can download for free if you like. This gives you access to all of the things, the free tablature that we're doing here every morning. Yeah, if you have questions, if you have specific things, the beginning of each one of these morning sessions is developed specifically for beginners and specifically for intermediate and advancing guitar players. If you come at 7:30 at the very beginning, I think you'll enjoy this, you know, the finger warm-ups. This is really what I think in order to make the guitar more palatable and more easily absorbed into the system, do you know what I mean? More water soluble. So it's something that we need to do, that we don't talk about a whole lot. That if you hear it as a beginner, sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other one. But this is super important to do as we begin the guitar. So this little warm-up that I'm doing every day, I did this as a beginner, and I'm doing it as a decades guitar veteran. So a lot of us who do this for a living, we warm up every day, or we stay warm by playing 8 hours a day or something like that. But you're more than welcome to come back. It's free. I'm going to wrap it up there. Warm-ups every day is awesome. And come meet us again. Bring your guitar and continue to ask questions. You're more than welcome to ask questions relating to the morning ritual for guitar growth right here in this live chat like you've been doing. And sometimes it's like, 40 of us in this chat, and sometimes, there were probably, 1,500, between 1,500 and 10, 11, 12,000 people who watch this video in the morning. So, but we're not all here yapping away at the same time, and we come and go. So, but there is a core group of us, like the Kevin Haas here. Thank you, Kevin, for moderating with the blue wrench there, so you can see that blue wrench. And thank you for being here, and have a great day, everybody. And thank you, Jill, for being here. So you can see right here, Mr. Tenball, that this is a great place for us to be. So we have Kevin's a good fingerstyle guitar player. Jill Bourgeois is a guitar luthier. She builds guitars, and then one of her guitars is called kickstand after some of the exercises we do here. Lex is a regular here. Lex is a wonderful guitarist. Cranking that early. So yeah, I mean, if it's that early, you can play without an amp, and really what you get for response is, oh, watch out. But what you get from a response from this is like, you get, without an amp, we start to understand what the instrument sounds like itself, and how it feels and plays, and the resonances, and it's a really great thing to understand how to play without an amp, even on an electric instrument too. So I only use an acoustic guitar here because it's it's a little easier to hear. But anyway, I don't want to keep you and squander your time. I know your time is irreplaceable. So thanks for being here today with Jason Carey Guitar on YouTube. I really appreciate you being a torch bearer, a keeper of the fire of the guitar. I really appreciate your work doing that. So we'll see you again tomorrow, God willing, good Lord willing. And until we meet again, I wish you happy picking.